G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to do some cells without silicone today. Similar to the cloud effect, but I've ordered some white satin enamel from the States and it hasn't arrived yet, so I'm just going to have a play with what I've got. Similar to my previous videos that I've done with making cells without silicone. So my pouring medium today is 1 part floetrol, 1 part Liquitex pouring medium and 1 part water. So I just put in this bottle here 2 cups of floetrol, 2 cups of Liquitex, 2 cups of water. Gave it a good shake and that's my pouring medium. Now I'm using Liquitex Basics and they're a much thicker paint when they're mixed up to my usual global. When I'm doing global, I do 1 part pouring medium to 1 part paint. But for these guys, I have to use 4 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. So don't just put all your pouring medium in first and then add your paint. You'll be stirring and stirring and stirring forever because it doesn't mix in very well. I probably put just a little bit of pouring medium in and then add your paint, mix it up to a good paste, add the rest of your pouring medium, and that way you won't get lumps. It should mix properly. So my colours are, and I'm just going to put them in order. I want darkest to lightest, like so. Rightio. This one is dioxazine purple. This one is deep violet. I did want prism violet, but they didn't have it in stock, so I've got that one. This one is quinacridone magenta. The orange is a mixture between the quinacridone magenta and this yellow one, which is cadmium yellow light hue. And I cut it in half, scraped out the middle so that I can get every last little bit out. So those are my colours. Rightio. Now this is a 30 by 40 centimetre card, 12 by 16 inch. And I think I'm going to need about 300 grams. Which is about 10 ounces. I want more of the purple, so I'm going to use a lot of my purple. I'm going to keep a little bit though, just for the corners if I need to cover my corners. How much is that? That's about 70 mils. I'm going to pour in down the spout here. I don't need all this paint. I just made it up. I did 80 grams of pouring medium to 20 grams of paint, which is 100. And then this would be 400. So I don't really need it all. Just pour that over the top there. I'll keep a little bit. And then in with the magenta. Oh, do you want me to show you the consistency? I should probably show you that, shouldn't I? Which one's going to be easier to see? I'll show you the yellow. This yellow, oh, it's so much thicker. It's thicker than the others. I had to sieve it to get the lumps out because I forgot to add it slowly. And I did have to add a little bit of extra water because this yellow does, I don't know, it just seems to be thicker. So I'm holding it about 1 inch from the surface. The stick's about 1 inch from the surface. It doesn't make like a little dip, but it doesn't make a mound either. If I do that, I can see a very, very slight ribbon just for a split second on the surface, and then it's gone. So that's the consistency. Much, much thinner than I would use for my flip cup pours. Much thinner than I would use for my swipes. What have I got here? I'm already up to 300. Am I up to 300? I'm going to go probably up to 400. No, 350 I think. And the yellow. Okay. That can just all move off to the side now, make a bit of room. Right. And how much have I got there? 350. That's okay, I can deal with that. Righto, now I think I'm just going to do a straight pour. Come on, other colours, where are you? Here comes the darker purple. Looks like all my yellow's going onto one side. That's all right. I'll move around a little bit, see if I can get that yellow to move a little bit, and then move it around this way. I'll just catch those drips. Oops, it's all running away. Oh, it's so pretty though, isn't it? All right, so not much happening at the moment. Let's give it a torch. It's very pretty though. I hope I haven't got too much paint on the surface here. Maybe I have. It seems to be all running down that way. Okay, let's start moving this around a little bit and see what happens, if anything. Just move that up and give it another bit of a torch. I think maybe I have got way too much paint. See, I can't stretch it very much because it's already covered. So that's not a good thing. You want to be able to, you know, stretch it out. Let's go for this corner here. I'll lose that middle section though. Come back. Not a lot happening so far. Come back. It looks as if there's a little blob of unmixed paint in there. Can't get it. There's some things happening up here on the side, but nothing here. Maybe I need to bring that section down this way. Might have to take some of this off and bring that down. Anyway, I'm going to go for this corner. Get that one covered. So I'm getting some cells up here where the paint's thinned out and it's rubbing more against each other. I'm getting reactions there. So I'm thinking I did have way too much paint on the surface. That's why I'm not getting the reactions that I was expecting. So I may just have to keep tilting and get that paint moving a little bit more. See if I can get anything else happening. That's the last of my yellow, so if I'm going to do this again, I can make up the other colours, but that's the only bit of the yellow that I've got left. Alright, so I've got some cells happening with the yellow. The yellow is semi-transparent, so it's probably more reactive. I'm going to have to get rid of some of this. I've got way too much paint on here, such a waste. Take this down a little bit more just to there. So there's that blob of paint. Off you go. I obviously didn't stir that one very well. Look at all this around the edge. It looks a bit bizarre just on the edge, doesn't it? It's another blob of paint that I didn't mix in. All right, where else can I go? So yeah, way too much paint on the surface. Not getting much reaction here. It's all in this corner for some reason. Don't know why. Should try it with a dirty pour rather than a layered pour. Maybe my paints are too thin. I don't know. So I'm certainly getting the reactions up here. Nothing over here. Very strange. This looks like flames here. Another blob of paint. Righto, well, this is not very successful, is it? Maybe I only needed about 200 grams of paint, because this area here where I'm stretching is getting a lot more effects. All right, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not happy with it, but what can you do? Keep trying, hey, keep practicing. There we go, take you in a little bit. This is about half an hour later. I did another pour, as I said I was going to do, and I was going to scrape this one, and I thought, oh, I'll just leave it while I do my other pour and see what happens. And this is what's happened after about half an hour. It's got a lot more effects, sort of clouds, cells, whatever you want to call them. The yellow and the orange have really started taking over. I still don't love it. I do like that darker purple section there in the middle. But yeah, it's not my favourite piece. Let me get out of the light. But I'll show you, I'll do another one, as I said, and I will layer the paints and not use quite as much paint, and just see if I can get more of a fluffy, sort of bubbly, cloudy effect. All right, I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.